All right, so it's been a really, really busy week for me. Been working on a lot of customer cars. After the holidays, it seems like everybody's car has broken down. And I'm waiting for parts on this Chrysler that I'm doing a bunch of work on. And I thought, well, I got a few minutes. I really, really am dying to hear the crackle of a two-stroke startup. And I just so happen to have a couple two-strokes on the back corner of the shop. Stella's laying right in the way. Let me turn this compressor off before it fires up. I could hear it getting ready. There's a few two-stroke cars on this side of the shop. We've got the yellow DKW parked here, which you guys have seen me drive. I've done a lot of videos on that. The Nash is not two-stroke. I do need to get going on that. Some paint work. A customer's Subaru 360 two-stroke van up on the lift. And there's a two-stroke sedan with the special, what are those called again? Expansion chambers from a Banshee. That's right. Has Banshee expansion chambers, which that sounds really cool, but I've heard that in the last few months. The car that I haven't heard run in a while, well, I've never heard the orange HMV run yet, but I did a bunch of work on the black DKW, that one over in the corner there. And it has an open roller bearing crankshaft, and it should be rotated a lot. Like, it should be driven. It's not good for them to sit. It doesn't have any exhaust on it, but it ran good last time I had it running, but it's been there 5 years at least. So let's walk over there and let's see what we can do. Oh, I'm also in the middle of a big, huge wheel priming painting process. These are actually painted with base coat. Those are getting ready for color. That's another video. A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, so this is my black DKW 3.6. Had this car for 30 years. And I found an engine. I had a V8 in it. I put a V8 into it, a 350 small block Chevy, about 15 years ago. I took that out because it didn't work so good. It got really hot, and the gearing was all wrong, and it looked stupid. I finally scrounged and found a crankshaft available for a 3.6 DKW, and I had the tank rebuilt, I had the brakes rebuilt. This trunk has all been rhino lined, even though there's dust in here, and been painted. If we can get close to the engine, I'll try to show you what's going on there. It's got so much stuff piled up around here. I got to move this rack and the car out of the way. We might be able to sneak in there though. Oh yeah, we can. Look how close that is. That's what I call efficient parking. So yeah, this DKW is wedged in here. It has the aircraft seats, a completely new floor pan, and I see there's been a varmint walking on my car. How is that possible? Little footprints go right in the car. Let's open the hood, and voila, we have our little 900cc two-stroke engine. Got the carburetor plugged. Let me go get some starting fluid and a battery and move some stuff and see if we can hear this thing crackle and come to life. All right, give me a few minutes. All right, luckily all this stuff is on wheels, so it can be moved. That's part of owning a good shop, isn't it, Stella? Everything's on wheels. So if we can get these engines out of the way. What do you smell there, Stella? A mouse? Open the door to our DKW here. Whew. Dusty. The note I left is carb inlet fuel line leaks. Okay, so potential fuel leak. The door's not going to open very far. Okay, so the keys are in it. That's good, because I wouldn't know where to look. Yeah, this interior has been all redone. It's super dusty. All new floors, new seats. I think I might have even painted the dash. Can't remember. It's been a long time. All right, let's clear some more stuff out of the way and see if we can get this thing to fire up. Okay, we're getting closer. I can actually see a wheel. Hopefully all the stuff doesn't fall off these racks. Okay. All right, so now we got enough room. Figure out to put a battery in there, and oh right, it has no windshield, so we can reach over and just hit the ignition. Okay, let's see what'll happen here. Okay, let's check the brake fluid. There's brake fluid there. Not like we're going to drive it, but I would like to check the brakes. And we got a battery here, so let's see here. Positive, positive. It's going to be this way. Okay. One-handed battery. Don't know if this battery's got juice in it. We'll find out. Okay. Battery is hooked up. Carburetor is uncorked. It's not going to start without some juice, so I don't know if it's got a fuel pump. Let's see what happens here. Yep, it does have a fuel pump. Is there a fuel filter? Yeah, there's a fuel filter. Turn my light on here. Okay, looking at my fuel filter. My light on. I don't see any fuel coming into the filter. Let's get some spray fluid. Okay, we're going to put a little fuel in the fuel tank of our DKW. Now, some people might not agree with me, but this car had mixed fuel in the tank. In other words, it's usually mixed 40 to 1. 1 part oil, 40 parts fuel. And what happens is gasoline evaporates, so it leaves all the fuel residue, gummy stuff on the bottom. I'm just going to put in a little bit of fuel, maybe about like that much, about a gallon. See if I can loosen up that gelled fuel. And we're just going to start up for a few minutes here, if it'll start. Put that back, put that back. Put the two-stroke mixer cap back on. And then we'll use starting fluid to see if we can get the carburetor to go. Like I said, this thing's been sitting here a long time. I have no idea how easy it's going to go. But we'll spray some go juice down in there. It's going to be really loud and it's probably really smoky, is my guess. Okay, so we're going to turn the key on. Make sure there's no mice or rats, cats or anything down in here. The belt looks like it's free. Engine does turn. Just some preliminary checks. Okay, and we're in neutral. That's first, second. That should be neutral. And the start button's right here. Oh, that didn't take much. Few cylinders there. A little bit of gas. Boy, she's stinky. Let's give her one more go. I got a couple cylinders, but not a lot. Started up really easy. Let's try. Well, she does run. It's only running on 2 cylinders, but that's not too bad for sitting there for such a long time. Turn this key off. Yeah, so I know she's hard to see. She's pretty dusty, but that's my old Deke. Used to have the V8 in it. Now it's got a 3-cylinder 2-stroke. Oh, look at the smoke. Yeah, I better get this thing outside. All right, well, that's good enough for today. Got my my 2-stroke fix done before I get smoked out of here. It's been sitting for a long time, but it's nice to know that she fired up. All right, we'll catch you on the next video. I'll make it more worth your while, I promise. Look at that cloud layer of smoke just hanging out there. That is so weird. I guess that's what 2-strokes do. Look at that, he's walked underneath that. So funny.